Hello there, welcome to Ton TV and the Greenock Morton weekly update as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers. Coming up in this week's show, you'll have your chance to win a signed jersey in our Goal of the Month competition for April. But, as you can see, this is the day we've waited over a year for. There will be supporters in the ground tomorrow night for the second leg of the cup tie against Airdrie. It is, of course, only half time in the tie, as I pointed out to my special guest this week, Markus Fjortoft. So yeah, Markus, it is unquestionably half time in this tie. We don't want to get carried away.
No, listen, it's we knew that we got a great result on Tuesday, and we were happy about it. But then again, when we got back into after the game and into the changing room, we knew it was we knew we were halfway. Job was halfway done, and so yes, we were happy with the result, but we didn't necessarily celebrate because we know the nature of a playoff tie, and we also have enough respect for Airdrie to know that they will come here and bring a lot of energy, and they have everything to play for, as do we. So it will be a big battle, but if we play to the level we know we have, then I'm confident that we'll see it through.
What did you make of the game on Tuesday night, and particularly, do you ever count the amount of headers? How much? I
mean, listen, we as a player, you always look to utilize your strengths, and the aerial threat is one of mine. And so the more headers I can do, the more involved I feel, the more I feel like I'm contributing to the team if I can win those headers. And thankfully I feel like I won enough. But the game was, it was natural. They are at home. They got the fans finally back. They bring a lot of energy. So first half I thought it was a lot back and forth. Second half though, I felt like the game was settled a bit more. We're a bit braver, a bit more composed in the ball, and I felt like we showed that we were the better team then. And so it's a matter of being able to implement that into the next game, and not be too defined by the occasion. And know that, listen, we have the composure, we have the quality, and we have the courage to continue to play like that.
2 or 3 yellows, 8 minutes of injury time. Mm-hmm. There were some real clashes out there, and not accidental, obviously, but there was a few worrying moments as some of the boys went down, didn't
yeah.
On the other side.
There was, I don't think I've ever experienced 8 minutes of added time, and it seemed like it was serious, so I'm careful to kind of talk down upon that, because I know some struggle with an arm and head injuries, and obviously that needs to be taken serious. But it was a special game. It had a bit of a playoff feel about it, and having the fans in there too, it just adds that extra element to it. But listen, it is a battle. We're all, we're fighting they're fighting to get up. We're fighting to stay in the division, and we really, really want it. That's what it comes down to. So, yeah, it's the nature of the game. But personally, I like it when it's like that.
The goal was brilliant. Bit bizarre.
Yeah.
Because obviously we were watching Brian emptying his nostrils, it has to
right.
be said, and then filling himself with cotton wool. And people said to me afterwards, did they work on that in the training ground? But I would have said that was an absolute spontaneous thing. He was in great space. He shouted to Blues and he took it on and put a great ball in.
I know. Listen, Brian, I think that goes to show a little of initiative. We're breaking away from that mode. We need that. We need players. That's how one win games. That's how, in the offensive third, but also defensive third, in terms of being proactive. And Brian saw the opportunity and put in a great ball off his left. He's so consistent, isn't he? And everything he does is he's done with such quality. So he put a great ball in, and then Boobsy was able to utilize his physique and height. And if he didn't get it, then I'd like to think that I was behind there to get it.
So you would have taken it on then?
Yeah, I would. But I was glad. Listen, as long as we win, that's all that matters for me right now. And I was buzzing for Boobsy.
He's waiting for his chance. Gus talked about that as well. He's got that physicality, as you say. He's got a great left foot on him. That was a great header, really, wasn't
Absolutely. It? I think, listen, the guy's big, and I feel like on Tuesday he really used his size, and he was a focal point for us and was able to use that. So I was buzzing for him because, it's not easy. As a striker, you live for those goals, and to be able to get that, there's no better feeling.
We brought Foxy in, Scott Foxman, start of the week. He only really had 1 or 2 training sessions with him. He didn't have much to do, to be fair, but what he did competently. But for you as a defender, how quickly can you build a relationship with your goalkeeper?
Listen, I've had a great relationship with Aidan so far this season, and it's I'm very close to him, and so That's not easy to replace. But then again, Foxy comes in with an experience, and you come in with that experience. There's a somewhat of an assurance in one another, and then communication. And as long as you have that going, there is a general understanding, a way of doing things in which, if you're smart enough and competent enough, I'd say you're able to get around it. And on Tuesday, what better feeling for him? He hasn't played for 14 months, I think, for him to come back and have a clean sheet and be a part of that. I was really happy for him.
They call Stephen McGinn the quiet man. We interviewed him last week and he wouldn't shut up, to be clear. But one of the really interesting things he was talking about was that he really likes the playoffs. He thinks they're a brilliant thing. You've not really experienced this in your career before, have you?
No, listen, I think playoffs is a great thing. For our position going in, would I say that I prefer the playoff system in which we have to play 4 games in order to stay up? I'm biased because I'll say, listen, give us only 2 games like they do in the Premiership to Championship. But I do understand the competitive element to it, to give the teams in the league below a chance to really fight for a championship spot. So definitely for the fans, for us who are involved in it, I think we would all personally prefer to play less games. But now we're here and we have a great vantage point going into the last game. So it's worked out so far. And then it's a matter of making the most of it.
Well, let's talk about the last game then. How do you expect the Everest to play tomorrow night?
I mean, they'll come out a lot of energy like they did in the first game, and try to nick an early goal and try and really get himself a proper lifeline. And for us, then it's a matter of stopping that and not giving them that chance. And that's why the first goal will be so important, because it sets a precedent for how the game will evolve. If we get the first goal, it's a different story. But if they come in and listen, they'll have their injuries, they'll be fatigued and all that. But if they get a goal, who knows? So that's up to myself and the rest of the team then to stop that, because we'll come in and they had some decent enough chances. We have to respect what they contribute with, at the same time acknowledging the fact that we're a team with enough quality to see this through.
We opened the show this week with a shot outside of the supporters queuing up. We've waited a long time for this. Are you looking forward to getting supporters back into the game tomorrow night?
Yeah, I'm buzzing because got a little taste of it on Tuesday, but obviously being able to welcome the home fans and seeing them cheer you on means a lot. Like we understand the severity of the situation, but it adds a different frame to it. Having fans there, because it's a nice reminder of what the game means and what the club means to the community, and so be able to harness that support and being able to really take part in that experience together is something special. I think what makes sports and football unique.
Everybody talked about it being a short season because it didn't really kick off till October. In many ways, it feels like, for us anyway, it's been a long campaign. How has it been for yourself?
I agree. I think it's been a long year. If you take me back to some of the games from way back in the season, I'll be thinking that feels like a lifetime ago. I came here to play, and there's been ups and there's been downs, but I've been able to get a fair amount of games. I'd say I wanted to prove myself at this level to really show what I could do. I feel like I've done that in periods. Obviously, do I want to improve? Yes, but overall, I came here to play games. I have, and also let it not be underestimated, the team and the club I'm a part of. It's one of the best changing rooms I've been a part of. I get along with pretty much everyone. Maybe they'll disagree.
Even Lizzie?
yeah, even Lizzie. Yeah, the buds have to stick together, But that's also shouldn't be underestimated, because I've really enjoyed my time. It's been challenging. It's been its ups and downs, but ultimately you learn a lot from it, as you do being involved in a relegation playoff. Would I want to be involved in it? Ideally not. We would have kept our spot, but it's all part of a learning experience and part of your growth.
The big question everybody asks me about you: have you had a haircut since you arrived here?
No. I'm not getting one from you either, Jerry. I'll tell you.
You couldn't afford me.
You have to pay me to cut my hair. Nah, but I can't. As long as I play, I said I'll keep my hair long.
Well, Markus, thanks for joining us today, and indeed thanks for coming through for the season as well, and good luck to you tomorrow.
Appreciate it, Jerry. Thank you.
We're going to go out today with a chance for you to win a signed jersey in our Goal of the Month competition for April. First of all, I would like to thank the management and the first team squad who've contributed this year to the weekly updates, and of course to your good self for tuning in. It's on to tomorrow night. Good luck to Gus and the boys. This has been the Greenock Morton Weekly Update, as sponsored by McTears, the auctioneers.
Straps onto it, takes it down, cuts inside. Muirhead fires it into the bottom corner of the net. 60 minutes played here at Capello. Robbie Muirhead has pulled one back from Morton. He goes and grabs the ball and takes it back to the halfway line. Strap yourself in, folks. This is one to watch for the next half hour. It's Morton 1, Inverness, Cali Thistle 2. Drives it, Clay knocks it on, Fjortoft volleys it down into the net! Wonderful play from Morton, the header on Fjortoft, the unlikely first goal scorer for Morton. Wonderful volley, 55 minutes played here at Capello. Morton back in the hunt. It's Morton 1, Allo Athletic 1.
If you would like to enter our Goal of the Month competition, then it's never been easier. Simply make your choice and then send it to media@gmfc.net with your name, full address and a contact number. You could win yourself a home jersey signed by the winning goal scorer. So, get choosing, get typing and get lucky.